Truancy officer thinks I'm a high school student. Just read another story where this happened. It's an I don't go here situation though. My family moved to the South after I graduated high school, so my brother had 2 years left and they do block scheduling for classes. All that means is some days he'd get out of school earlier than what we did at our old high school. I go to pick him up from school. It's a 3-hour bus ride, or 15 minutes if I pick him up. One day, about 1 p.m., and I'm waiting out in my car in the pickup area, kinda near the doors. Here comes Truancy officer. T.O. Excuse me, miss, but school isn't out yet. You should be in class. Me. I graduated high school already. I'm here picking up my younger brother. He gets out around 1:15 to 1:30 p.m. T.O. I've seen you here before. You need to be in class. What's your name? I show him my ID, out of state. T.O. I know that last name. You do go here. Come inside to the office. Me. Well, obviously brother and I would have the same last name. We're siblings. I go in because 1, I don't want to keep having this issue every time I pick him up. 2, I do need to collect brother, as we both have to go to work. Different jobs, thank God. We make our way to the office, where T.O. tells them to look up my name. Office lady. We don't have a student by that name. We do have another student with the same last name. T.O. That's her then. She just gave me the wrong name on purpose. Office lady. The other student is male, sir. She doesn't go here. Me. That would be my brother. Can you page him for me? T.O. No, I've seen her here before. She goes to school here. Office lady. Sir, she doesn't go here. We have no record of any student with her name. Leave her be. Brother arrives to the office, looking confused. Brother. Hey sis, you ready to go? T.O. See? She does go here. Why would she know students if she doesn't? Brother. My sister is here to pick me up from school. She isn't in the system because she is not a student. T.O. But I see her every day outside. Brother turns to the office lady and asks if we're okay to dip out. She says yes, so we skedaddle. As we're leaving, we can hear office lady trying to explain to T.O. that all current students are in the system and that if he brings one more random person that he sees outside every day, claiming they're a student, she's gonna file a complaint on him. Brother, I've only been going here for a month and I already know that guy's a moron. I know some people don't like it when I change the story up, but come on. To say truancy officer every single time his name popped up, T.O. just makes the story flow so much better. Also, getting to read this story just made something click in my head. I now realize something so obvious. For some reason, I always assumed the Karens were just being rude or no matter what trying to prove that they're right, but that's not the case. They're just really, really dense. A really lovely lady harangued my running team during the Minnesota Ragnar Relay this weekend. If you haven't heard of the Ragnar Relay, they are running relay races around the US that are about 200 miles in length. With so much distance to cover, some running routes are less safe than others. My friends and I had hopped out of our van to cheer on our friend while he ran down a, admittedly slightly dangerous road. But while we were standing there, this old lady pulled up to us and asked why this guy was running on the highway. We explained it was a race, and she immediately got livid and demanded to know why we were doing this. For fun? My friend started to crack up, and she immediately said, "This isn't funny. This is a serious safety issue." We tried to explain that we did not pick this route, and that we were, in fact, the very people she was supposedly worried about. And she eventually settled for being mad at us for not chastising the organizers of the run for not giving us a safer route. She started driving away while she was still yelling at us, and I assume just fumed to herself for a few hours before leaping to the next thing she wanted to get huffy about without ever actually contacting Race Command to complain. I imagine she is in the camp of worrying about herself if she accidentally hit a runner, rather than actually being concerned about the runners themselves, who she chose to yell at. Well, I've never heard of Ragnar Relay, but I am very disappointed that it has nothing to do with any sort of Vikings, or at least people with some pointy hats or braided beards or something. A woman called me racist because I wouldn't help her. So I was at my local store. A few of my friends work there, so I was chatting with my friend. Let's call him Kay. We knew each other for almost 10 years now, so we always had a lot to talk about. While we were talking, Kay dropped a product, so I picked it up for him and put it on the right shelf. Apparently, a black woman saw it and asked me and Kay to help her. Kay went over to the lady and asked what he could help her with. The woman seemed a bit confused about that only Kay went over there and not me, but she said, "You need to clean this mess up." The woman dropped a jar and there were glass shards everywhere. So while Kay went to get some tools to clean it up, the woman came over to me and said, "Don't just stand there, go help him." Then I calmly said, I don't work here, and I don't really want to touch glass shards with bare hands." The lady began to feel offended, saying that she deserved special treatment because she is black. I tried to calm her until Kay got back. He has more experience dealing with this stuff. Eventually, Kay got back and started to clean the mess. The lady went over to Kay and said, "Get your manager, he needs to fire this racist guy." I overheard that and looked at Kay like, this woman is crazy. But Kay did as she said and got the manager. I recognized the manager because he and my dad were friends in high school. The lady said to the manager, "Sir, you need to fire this racist pig. He refused to help me because I'm black." The manager then said to the woman, "Madam, he doesn't work here. He doesn't even wear our outfit." Blue t-shirt with the store logo on the back. "He's a customer just like you, so would you please stop accusing him of racism, or I'll have to remove you out of our store." The lady walked out of the store with all her groceries and didn't pay. The manager eventually called the cops on her and got her arrested for shoplifting. So I'm just gonna dodge that political debate like a Matrix bullet coming from a head, and just say that she's a Karen through and through without having to put labels on the end. Cool. Anyways, I feel like the best way to dodge a Karen from accusing you of working there is just say the simple phrase, "Well, why don't you do it?" And when they say, "I'm a customer," or "I don't work here," or whatever, just say, "Cool, me too." Omega Karen. This just happened to me yesterday, and it stands as the biggest WTF moment in my job. Little bit of background. I work as a contracted cell phone technician for a large superstore chain in my country. My job duties entail selling/activating phones and assisting guests with technical issues with their phones. Due to me being a private contractor, I don't answer to any management staff or employee for the superstore, and I am essentially my own boss. So technically I don't work there as their employee. On top of this, I do have a right to decline service to anyone, however I never do, because I don't want to turn people away just because they're having a bad day. But after what happened today, I'm gonna have to enact my right to do so for any future encounters. I had to clean up the language, so please excuse the weird words in italics. So today, I was minding my own business when I was approached by the mythical Omega Karen. Okay was a 65-year-old woman who had what looked to be about 4 layers of makeup on her face and a beehive haircut so big she looked like she had a basketball underneath. Her hair looked like an Omega symbol too, hence why I called her Omega Karen. She explained to me that her phone was not working. Being the ever so helpful person I am, I got to work in diagnosing the problem. After doing a quick inspection and tinkering around with the phone, I came to the conclusion that the phone was bricked. I informed OK of this revelation. The exchange went a little like this. "Okay, So what do we do now? Me. Well, ma'am, unfortunately the best course of action would be to replace the phone. Luckily, I have the same phone on sale for $49.99. Okay, I'm not buying the phone. I bought the phone from here, so I want to exchange it. Me. Okay, ma'am. Do you have the receipt for the old phone? This is where she went from nice old lady to a mega level Karen. Okay. Listen here, you stupid piece of crud. I bought this phone almost a year ago. I don't have the receipt. I bought it here and it's now defective. Your company has to honor the guest and replace this broken piece of crud. And you're gonna do it free of charge. I soon realized this was gonna be a crap show, so I decided to try and Tai Chi the situation in an attempt to mitigate damage. Me. Okay, ma'am, I understand that you are frustrated, but unfortunately due to the store's policy, we can't do any exchanges after 30 days of purchase. After the words left my mouth, I realized I screwed up, and she was ready to retaliate. Okay. Bullcrap! You're just trying to scam me out of $50. I'm not having that. It's not my fault that it's a piece of crud. If anything, it's your fault it's broken. All my whats were expended after hearing this. She actually was blaming me, a guy she's never seen before, of breaking her phone. Me. Ma'am, I'm sorry, but there is honestly nothing the store can do for you. However, because you bought the phone less than a year ago, the warranty should still be replaceable through the carrier warranty. I would be happy to call. She interrupted me by picking up my stapler and threatening me with it. Okay, you will get me a fudging phone right now, or I swear to God I will throw this at your fudging head. I like fudging. Me. Ma'am, threatening me is not going to solve your problem. Now, I was saying I can call up the carrier and see if they can replace it under their warranty. Okay, threw the stapler to the ground, breaking it, angrily grabbed her broken phone, told me to go fudge myself, and stormed off. After she left, I picked up the stapler and threw it out. I then continued with the next guest. Now, I wish it all ended here, but unfortunately, God hates me and wanted to prove it. About 5 minutes after she stormed off, she returned, but she wasn't alone. Okay did what every Karen dreams of doing and got the store manager. And it wasn't just him, but the security guy as well. SM. This guest has informed me that you won't assist her with her phone. Mind telling me why? I explained the situation to the store manager, who was looking like he was about to hit me. He then interrupted me by saying, SM. Okay, and at what point did you throw a stapler at her? I was confused until it finally dawned on me. The person who threatened me was trying to frame me of assault over a $50 flip phone. Me. I never did that. In fact, she was the one who threatened me with a Okay, interrupted me. Okay. Bull crap! You threw a stapler at me telling me that you were going to choke the life out of me. I want this man arrested for assault. The security guy approached me. SG, is there any way you can corroborate your story? Me, you can check the cameras. They most likely caught the whole interaction. As soon as I said the word camera, OK went ballistic. OK, how dare you believe this stupid punk over me? You should feel ashamed of yourselves. SG, ma'am, we need to make sure we get the full details of the event so we can better explain it to the authorities. OK, I don't want to wait for the police. Just fire him and get someone who can help me. SG, ma'am, you just said that you wanted him arrested. Okay, stop putting words in my mouth, young man. Just fire this piece of crud. This is when the store manager finally pipes up and tells her the bad news. SM, unfortunately, ma'am, he's a private contractor that handles our phones. We can't fire him because he doesn't work for our company. Now, if he did what you said he did, it would be best to get video proof. That way we can escort him off the property. OK relented and agreed to look at the footage. All four of us went to the security room to roll back the tape. As soon as we got to the part where she grabbed the stapler and held it up, OK started screaming. OK, this is bullcrud. All you fudgers are in on it. I'm going to sue all of you for tampering with evidence. I will see you all in court. As she began to walk to the door, she noticed me smiling. I soon regretted doing this. OK smacked me across the face and spat on me. Luckily, SG heard the slap and quickly subdued her. After a quick call to the cops, she was handcuffed and put in the back of a squad car. The police asked if I wanted to press charges. All it took was one good look at her for me to say yes. Once I got done with the paperwork, the store manager apologized to me for what had happened. He informed me that OK was blacklisted and is to be arrested on sight if she comes back to the store. Excuse me while I put on my Inspector Jacques Clouseau hat and say why I think this story is a bunch of crap. For one, when the store manager came over, the first thing he said wasn't, "What the hell, man, you just hit a customer with a stapler?" No, it was, "Why can't you help this customer?" And number two is the fact that the security guy didn't think initially to say, "Hey, maybe we should check the tape to see what really happened." No, it was, "Can you prove your story?" No, the first thing, if he's worth anything, is to say, "We have evidence right now, let's go look at that evidence." But whether I'm right or wrong, or it's real or fake, that was still a very fun story. Alrighty guys, that's gonna wrap it up for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did and you're new around here, maybe consider subscribing. And if you really liked it, then consider giving it a thumbs up and a share. Anyways, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.